Welcome to the Rugs to Riches show. Grab a drink and get comfortable. The live show is about to start.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the show. Man, I got a dark mustache going on today.
Sounds
Might
like
be
some
time to shave.
just for men.
Maybe.
You got some just for men going on in the house?
No, just
Feeling your
let it grow out.
your
Maybe it's my computer screen. I
Hey,
don't know.
Crypto Flyer, welcome to the show. Welcome. We tell my son he needs to shave, so that's probably what you need to do too. Hey, what's up? Whoa, are you drinking too? Did you block out? We're not sponsored, so they can't see it.
Smart water.
Oh, I thought Smart Water. I thought it was Bud Light and you had a post-it on it.
No. Trying to stay a
what it
little
looked like.
healthier.
Oh, I got my dessert. We started working out again. So instead of a dessert, I'm drinking a peach Ace hard peach cider.
Nice. So what's been going on in the crypto world this past week since?
I don't know. I know that I asked you on like Thursday if you thought the market was going to go up, and you said yes. So I bought a bunch of Ethereum, and then over the weekend I saw it lose like I don't know how much, a lot.
Well, first of all, you asked if it was going to be up by the 4th, and I said yes.
That's true.
I wasn't,
So
if you would have asked me for this weekend, I would have been like, a lot of stuff going on in the world, but
yeah. I mean, it looks like it's recovering. I just saw a post literally right before we logged on that said Trump announced Iran Israel ceasefire. So hopefully that means our crypto will.
Well, I'm looking at our chart right now, and it's definitely rebounded. Let me show you
Today. So that's nice. Huh? I'll take it.
Check this out.
So.
Look at this rebound.
Oh man, what sucks? That looks like we broke that level, but that's all Ethereum, right? Are we back up? Oh, are we back up to our line?
Yeah, we're back up to our trend line. Let me zoom in.
Hey, Aaron, welcome to the show.
Bam, we're right back up. Hey, man, it's all right. This is buying opportunities for everybody.
It is, and that's I try to say that in the chat yesterday or today that we needed to stuff some ETH in, but shit, ETH's rebounding faster than anything else.
Yeah, it definitely had some support here. Hit that line, came down, traded on that, came down. So hopefully this was it, and we carry back on.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get back over that support line and test it, and then start zooming. I know that once we launch that secret project, that's going to help too. So not to get into that, but if you are interested, we are launching July 4th. It's confirmed. So details will be in main chat. We're going to do a 10-day Hypapalooza. So for 10 days, Hypapalooza. We're gonna hype up Project X and have some games and maybe some duck races for people that come in chat and participate. Our chat's been pretty dead lately, man. Adam fell off, and
I was about to say that.
Crazy.
Adam, Adam was a big factor of drumming up some talks.
Yeah, I miss that dude. I hope he's doing good. I'll reach out to him tomorrow. Adam, are you watching? Say hi.
I'm surprised he hasn't got a new Telegram set up yet.
Man,
I mean, it's been months.
I don't know that it's been months. Has it been that long? 6 weeks, maybe?
I think it's been about close to 2 months now.
Yeah. I know that he said that the hack went deep. He had to do a lot of scrubbing. So
that's crazy.
But
hopefully that doesn't happen to us.
Yeah. That is kind of bananas. I feel we got lucky because he was an admin in all of our groups. So I happened to be online when it was happening. So as they were trying to take over our groups, I was giving them the axe.
Yeah.
So, but
kicking them out.
What's
block them?
Yeah. What's new, Aaron? What's new, Antihero? Antihero, you gonna play poker? Crypto Flyer? What's new? Y'all have any questions? What's going on? So they bombed, everything dropped. I think I saw something like $1 trillion left the market. Am I making that number up?
I don't know. I know the market went down earlier because there's rumors that Iran was going to cut off the oil supply in the Strait of, I can't think of the name of it now, Strait of Hormuz or something like that. It's like a waterway where all the oil tankers go through. But yeah, the ceasefire, this is going to be good for the economy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, man! Mondays just kill me, dude.
We're playing poker tonight.
Yeah. Hey, Dennis, how you feeling? Dennis is made it home. He had surgery last week. He made it home today.
So what kind of surgery?
Good to see you. Well, I'll let him say that if he wants to say that. Pretty major surgery. So.
Transition surgery. Is that?
Yeah,
is that what
it was a penis enlargement. Yeah,
Oh.
he got the Nike pump installed. He is getting older. He might need that.
Oh man, I'm excited about this Project X.
Yeah, dude, it's like I can't wait. It's gonna be so fun. I think it's gonna.
We've got what, one more week?
About 11 days. Yeah,
11 days.
So, yep.
You don't want to spill a little bit of beans right now?
Nope. Zero. Nope.
Let's give a little hints.
Main chat only. Main Telegram only. Plus, we can't ruin it for our 10 days of Hypopalooza.
That's true. I'm excited for it. I'm ready to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, we got
the IRA pumping.
Yeah, contracts written, contracts verified. You created a pretty badass logo.
Trademark. Which one? Up. What do you say?
Trademark what? Oh, let's do it. What are we trademarking? Oh, Hypopalooza. It's probably already trademarked.
Hypopalooza. Crypto KR, did you get a new YouTube account?
His color is different. Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, KR, why is your color different this week? Did you have a picture or something?
I don't remember being green.
Me neither. Weird.
Have you heard from Zach lately?
I've seen him. It's a whole thing. I've seen him popping around in Farmer's Bounty, and he owns some land in Farmer's Bounty too. So I've seen him in there, but no, I haven't. Other than that, I haven't really talked to him or anything. So
have you started a farm?
Yeah. Nest Egg bought land. I have 2 farms, and we have 5 farms total on our land.
Give me some details on that. Is it worth looking into or what?
I think so. I mean, they've been running for 10 months. They're doing concentrated liquidity as a service. So like PACA, right? So that's what PACA does. PACA does concentrated liquidity using other people's money. So does Farmer's Bounty. The land that Nest Egg has, you have to have, the farms are $1,000 each. So there are smaller farms, but Nest Egg doesn't have that land. But for $1,000, technically I say $1,050, and the reason I say $1,050 is because the $50 gets you insurance. And what they did is they kind of gamified it a little bit. So you're planting a farm, and that farm has the possibility of having 4 outcomes every month. You can have a drought, which means that means you get 0 yield that month. You can have a weak harvest, which means you get 5% on a $1,000 farm. You can have a normal harvest, which is 10% a month, or you can have a bountiful harvest, which is 12%. Now, if you farm on Nest Egg's land, what Nest Egg does is it enhance your crops every cycle, which takes away that drought. So if your crops get enhanced, it takes away that chance. So now if you buy insurance, it removes the weak harvest for the life of your farm. So for $50, you take away to where you guarantee you're only going to have a normal harvest or a bountiful harvest, which is 10% or 12%. So on a $1,000 farm, you're getting $100 or $120 of USDC dropped into your account each month.
So I have to have $1,000 to use the Nest Egg.
Yes, $1,000, and then I suggest you get insurance, which is $50. If you're going to roll it over, right? If you're going to roll your farm over, get insurance. If you're not, then just kind of take that chance, But if you're going to roll your farm over, it makes sense to do that $50 because it just guarantees you, if you get a weak harvest, you're losing $50, right? Mm-hmm. So it just makes, especially if you're going to roll it over, you're just, it's a sunk cost, but over time it pays for itself for sure.
Now, compared to PACA, which one has better yield?
So
PACA's been out for a while too, hasn't it?
Yes. So if PACA runs a special, like right now, PACA is doing a 4% per day special. I believe that is higher. However, for PACA, you have to lock up your money for 250 days. Farmer's Bounty, every month you can decide whether you're going to roll over or not. So it's auto set to roll over. So if you want your money back that month, you just hit the button that says don't roll over. I forgot what the terminology is, in my farm or whatever, or heart. I can't remember what the gameplay is, but you're only locking your money up for 30 days. So if you want your money back, you within the first 21 days, you say yes, or I want to stop my farm, or I want my money back, or whatever. And at the end of your cycle, your $1,000 comes back into your account and gets auto dropped into your account with your yield.
And PACA went offline there for like a month, didn't it?
They went offline for, I believe it was 18 days. And that was due to the CETUS. CETUS? Is that how you pronounce that? CETUS?
Yeah, I believe so.
CETUS, so the CETUS hack, they had a lot of farms. They were doing a lot of yield farming on CETUS. Farmer's Bounty did not go offline. So Farmer's Bounty has a full-time yield farmer. That's all he does for a living, is he monitors all of their positions. So I like Farmer's Bounty.
Does PACA have that?
I don't know what PACA has. So I know that they have a team of they have a core 3, and they don't do anything unless all 3 agree. So I don't know if they have one person that does dedicated yield farming. Maybe they all monitor, or maybe they all do some, like you're in control of this. I mean, shit, I think PACA is up to like $12 or $15 million now. Once they came back online, they really shot up.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think they got like, I don't want to quote numbers because I know it'll be wrong.
Well, I mean, coming back online, pretty damn good.
Aaron, PACA is 4% per day, or 0.4% per day, not 4%. Yes. I'm sorry, 0.4%. Thanks, Aaron. Always fact checking me. Dennis, baby IRA, I don't know. That is on Adam, and I mean I've heard from him a couple times, but he's not, as far as I know, he's not even back on Telegram yet.
Yeah, I think baby IRA is in the holding stages.
Yeah. KR said he logged out of all of his accounts because of the hack. You know, that hack took place quite a while ago. They're just now telling you that 16 billion passwords were affected. It was actually several months. I think it was like 3 or 4 months ago. They said it was only like 100 million or something. It ended up being 16 billion passwords. Crazy. So that's why he's green. So yeah, 0.4% per day. So let me see what that is over 30 days. Let's see, $1,000 times 0.004 times 30. Yeah, so on average for $1,000, if you put it in PACA, you're going to make that more. You're going to make more money. The other benefit of PACA over Farmer's Bounty is you can claim your money daily. So whereas Farmer's Bounty is on a monthly thing, PACA is up to 18 million. Holy cow! I knew it was 12-15.
Yeah, coming back online is definitely green flags.
Yeah, I mean, and the biggest thing that actually I had one positive, one negative thing about it. The positive is their communication was phenomenal, right? They said why. They said, once CETUS launches, then we'll have a time frame. So that was a huge green flag. Like, they're like, hey, this is a business. Right now, we're still making money, but we're not making enough to cover everything. So we're shutting everything. We're pausing everything right here. My concern was if that was on Sui, right? Or Sonic? Which one was that?
Sui.
Which one is? So Sui, yeah. So Sui paused the chain or paused. They did something where they stopped the money from being moved.
On
and gave it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. And so my question is if CETUS wouldn't have got that money back, what would PACA have done? Right? Because they've always said, hey, you'll be able to get your initial back. I guess that's one of those
they probably would have paused everything, and once they had enough to pay back everyone, then you get all that back.
Yeah. Well, they said that it was
from scratch, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, they said a lot of their money, like a lot of their farms were locked, but not affected, if that makes sense. So CETUS did a big shit. They locked everything, right? And so they said, hey, some of our farms are locked, but they're not affected in the actual hack. Yeah. So they just had to wait until it come back. But so that was my only concern was, I mean, it seemed like they had a lot of eggs in one basket. Now, this is my interpretation. I don't know this to be true. So please don't run around and say, oh, Goldwyn's trash and PACA, because that's not what I'm doing. Actually, I got a lot more respect for the PACA team based off how they handled this. It's the complete opposite of how TPC has been handled. Now, what's that other one that's down? Peppermint Finance, same thing, right? They're paused, but they're not giving any information. And PACA did the 100% opposite. So nothing but good things for the PACA team in my eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything about? Yeah, it's a lot. Have you heard anything from the Privilege Club?
No, lawyers are involved. I know that Danny's lawyer sent something to them. Top Juan's lawyer sent something back. Danny then's lawyers then issued a formal statement, like they were trying to do it without this, that, or the other, but then they sent some statements to like the actual Philippines government and some I don't know what, like some government branches. So
yeah,
but yeah, lawyers are involved. I've written it off. PFX is actually getting to the stage where I'm writing it off too. So
that sucks.
It does suck because I had a lot of money in both of those, and actually because of TPC going down, that killed In It to Win It. They had they had some personal guarantees. And the N20 team actually saw like the back end and things like that. So I'm sure they're going to be part of that. I think they're talking about a class action lawsuit against Top One and stuff like that. I don't know what you have to do to get involved with that, but I think that's maybe the next step or something.
What was that?
No, it was my dog. Yeah. Going bananas over there, throwing shit around. But yeah, I mean, we've kind of changed our money around. We're doing some CL of our own, right? We have a dedicated CL person now. They're hopefully they shorted the market 3 days ago.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh my goodness.
I tell you what, I still think, what is today's date? Today is the 23rd.
Yep.
It's getting close. I think 4th of July weekend we could be back to where we were.
Yeah, we're gonna see some fireworks.
Yeah, I think so. I think there's good news coming out. Usually the beginning of the month is a rally part of the month, so I think money would be flowing in. Yeah. Boom, baby. Yeah, I think we'll be back to where we were a few weeks ago before we started dropping bombs.
I think as long as the community does what the community's been doing, right? We don't really necessarily need to worry about the market because, our vision has been long term, right? So we know that in 5 years, the market's going to be up. So if you just stay patient, treat it like a retirement account. I'm going to put that in quotation marks because my lawyer said I'm not allowed to call it a retirement account any longer. Can I guarantee nor confirm any said allegations of said profits? But yeah, crypto's only going up, especially over the next 5 years. So we've positioned ourselves well. Base is clearly, dude. What's that stuff about fucking the potty mouth? Coinbase, right? Coinbase they're releasing an aggregator.
Yes, I want to talk to you about that. That's the way I read it. IRA is going to be listed on Coinbase.
Yeah, on the app. That'd be nice.
Dude.
So I think what they're going to do is they're just going to aggregate all of the dexes, right? So Coinbase, what they'll do. So they'll just tack on a small. Yeah, and they'll just tack on a little bit of a fee and be on it. So yeah, it's gonna be nice. Yes, crypto KR. It does show DeFi IRA, and you can swap for DeFi IRA if you have the Coinbase wallet. So if you have the Coinbase wallet, you can already swap inside the wallet. So we're already there. But that's one of the reasons why we picked Base, right? Because Coinbase is going to be the leading driver. Base is going to be the leading LT for sure, right?
100%.
Shit, it might just take over.
ETH is going to be the second largest cryptocurrency. You know what I like about Base is that they don't have their own token. They are just, their token is ETH. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like all these other layer twos, they bring out their own token.
KR, was that a question?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Coinbase wallet, yes, you can buy inside the Coinbase wallet.
But
yes.
The fees are pretty damn reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
So even, shit, the base fees have been cheaper than BNB and everything lately.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Crazy.
I don't know what's cheaper. Maybe Solana. Hey, speaking of which, were you able to get all those the rest of the LPs loaded up on Aerodrome?
No, because Aerodrome isn't recognizing the price of IRA. So I don't know if we need to start like an Aero IRA, like maybe
We
try
already
to do a
have that.
small one. We have an Aero
It's on
IRA.
Pancake Swap
Oh, why?
because
Well,
there
maybe
was a
we
lot
need
of
to do.
volume on
Yeah.
Arrow token on Pancake Swap.
What's ARB token? Is that Arbitron?
ARB token. Yeah, I believe so. I don't think it's called ARB token anymore. Maybe I'm mistaken. I thought Arbitron switched over. Did they switch over to Sonic? Isn't Sonic now Arbitron? Or was
Yeah.
Arbitron?
KR, it does recognize the contract address. It doesn't recognize the price. So it doesn't populate the price. So when we're trying to create the LP, like if we say we have $1,000 of Bitcoin, and we want to pair it to the token, it doesn't tell us, okay, that's however many tokens because the price of the token is this. So I can go through and I can do the math and I can create the pool. But my problem is I don't want to. Sonic was Fathom or Phantom.
Fathom.
So, sorry, I wear glasses, but I don't want to put like $7,000 in and something mess up and me lose $7,000 worth of assets. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe we just need to start. Maybe we need to try with like 200 and take a shot and see if maybe it'll populate the price. Maybe we start in ETH with like $200 or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I tried doing it and I was getting nowhere with it. It wasn't as simple as the other three.
I mean, I feel like I got it, but again, I did it and it was like $7,000 worth of assets, and I was like, oof, man, I don't want to hit the confirm button and something lose $7,000 worth of assets. I just didn't want to do that, so I wasn't willing to take that.
Yeah,
that
do $100 worth of IRA and $100 worth of ETH.
Yeah,
pair it up and see what happens. Worst case scenario, we just
worst case we lose $200.
Yeah, I don't think we'll lose it. We just like screw it up.
Yeah. So I had a talk with the Skull guys again. So once we get Project X up, we'll pair with them too. So that'll be not a free pairing, but they'll pay for half. They'll pay for the Skull half. So they said because of that whole news from Coinbase, he said a lot of their projects have migrated, bridged over. So now they have a lot more pairs on base. So that's pretty good. Yeah. So
they should have just been on base to begin with.
Right? Everybody should be on base. But
you know what I like about base is that there's way less scams in the market. Like if you go over to Solana, like 90% of them are scams. If you go to BNB, why do I think that? Yeah, that's a good question. Why? Well, I know why I think that, because they're printing them out so quickly. All these different coins. Like I think Solana was the leader of new coins made per day. I think it was like 1,600 or something like that per day. New tokens coming out. But it definitely seems like base is less scammy. It seems like a lot of the people that are in base network, like base builders, are friendlier, more positive, more upbeat, more more willing to work with other people. So that's just my take. I don't know. What do you think?
I don't really have a take on that. I did see that we were at 2.1 million again, though. So we've we went over 2 million, went down a little bit, but now we've reclaimed it again. So that should be our new floor, right?
Yeah.
So I like that. We're almost back to a penny too. We're at point 0.097.
Yeah, we're looking good.
So that's pretty, yeah,
healthy.
So
ELC.
Coinbase capacitor. What's S&P?
You don't know what the S&P is?
I know what is that what that means? Discover on S&P?
I'm pretty sure. S&P 500?
Is that what he's talking about?
I'm pretty
sure.
sure.
Is that what you're talking about? Discover on S&P? Is that what you're talking about? I missed the dip again. Well, Flyer, it really wasn't a dip. I know it looks like a dip on the chart, but I went back and looked. We really didn't have any sales. Like, so yes, while the chart showed a dip, it really wasn't a dip. It was just Ethereum tanked so much it dragged my
but everything was down.
Dragged it. My Polk County education. It dragged us down.
Yeah, everything was down. So it's the whole market.
Anti-hero, are you and KR in the same room talking before y'all text?
Why do you say that?
Well, because they both wrote salt and pepper at the same time, pretty much. When I said, "What the hell is S&P?"
That's funny.
Okay, yes, S&P 500. So there you go. So so wait, Coinbase is in the S&P 500? Didn't it take Tesla like 30 years or some shit? Well, maybe not 30 years. They haven't been around
Coinbase
that long,
is in it.
Didn't it take them a really long time to actually get into the S&P 5,000? 5,500?
5,500. Yeah, it took a while, but they made it.
So they just let Coinbase in super early, super quick.
Mm-hmm.
So how do they? I mean, it's not the top 500, right? They choose. They pick and choose.
So the S&P 500 is it's the top 500 most valuable companies in America. I don't think. I mean, yes, you have to be voted on to get on there, and that happens frequently. I don't know if it's quarterly or what, but the Dow, which is the Dow Jones, is the top 30 companies. And that's not true. It's not really the top 30. It's the 30 most. I don't know how they pick them, but in order to get into the Dow, you have to meet this criteria. So it's easier to get into the S&P 500. It's still hard, super hard, but it is easier than getting into the Dow Jones.
Well, maybe we'll make it one day. You think we'll make the S&P 500 one day?
Maybe.
There'll be a crypto S&P 500 at some point in time, right?
Oh, sure. So, what's your expectations of Coinbase? Us getting listed on Coinbase? It's going to be, 1,000 other tokens getting listed on there.
Do I think we'll get a pop from it? I don't think so.
No, I mean, not. Yeah, I don't think so either. There's just too much out there. But
it'll definitely make it easier, right? I mean, because that's Coinbase is super. It might be expensive to use, but it's super easy to use, right?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about importing newbies, and that's why we went with Base. That is why we went with Coinbase, right? This exact reason, because we knew that there's like we knew that they were going to do this, that they were going to be leading the normie charge, right, and bringing people on. Mm-hmm. And so we just expect it's one of those things that we talked about when we were talking about where to launch on.
To be honest with you, I don't know why they haven't done this sooner. Like if I was CZ with Binance, I would have been like, yeah, let's put an aggregator on our thing and get more people in.
Well, I think that the problem is they, I mean, Binance isn't even fully in the U.S., right? They can't even have all the coin. I wonder how do they choose which coins are allowed on Binance.us and which ones are not? Because I have 2 accounts that are locked on Binance because I can't access them because I'm in the US, which I had way before. like I don't understand why I had them so long ago, and then all of a sudden, like
it's
they
probably
flipped the switch, and I was.
It's probably because they track your IP address.
Oh yeah, I totally get it. Like, but it was pretty quick. It wasn't like I was skirting the playing with the rules for a while. It was like all of a sudden, boink, I couldn't get into my account. But on a good note, hopefully I have some really good cryptos in there. So because eventually I'll be able to get into those accounts. I still have all the passwords and stuff.
I am like praying that I get at least half of my XRP out of VOD.
Yeah, you're not.
I don't know.
So stop praying for it, buddy. You
I'm not going to get any of it back.
You already got some back. You got a distribution not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was months ago.
Yeah, it was probably 6 months ago. Actually,
yeah, I was
probably more than that. But
that felt like
that's probably all you're ever going to get back.
That was just a fraction.
Oh, it was, and that's what happens when you not your keys, not your crypto, right? That was your learning lesson. That's what you're going to look back and be like, I had 20,000 XRP on there.
40,000. 40,000 XRP.
You had 40,000 on there?
Yeah, actually it was 36,000. 36,000.
Oh my God.
36,000. Yeah.
Listen, and actually July 4th.
and it was like 40 cents.
It was funny
they locked
because listen, I can tell you that it was July 4th weekend that they locked. They locked it July 5th, whatever that, because I remember Celsius went down and we were talking. I said, dude, we need to get our money off of VOD. And so I went on and I tried to withdraw, but the account I was withdrawing to didn't have the memo and they wouldn't let me. And so I was going to have to create another account that had the memo thing. And I was at my friend's beach condo and we were on the boat. And so I was like, fuck it, I'll do it Monday. And they locked it Sunday. So I'm like, it was July 4th weekend. I know exactly where I was trying to get my money off of VOD. And because my Trust Wallet or Atomic Wallet or whatever wallet it was that I was trying to use didn't have the memo section, I couldn't send my XRP off of VOD that day. So I was like, Monday, I was like, oh, I'll do it Monday. And they locked it that Sunday. I was like, mother.
Yeah. Yeah, I was.
I did not have that much on there. I think I had, I don't know. I didn't have 20,000. I think I had 18,000. I think I had 18,000 on there. Celsius is the one that slapped my ass. Told me not your keys, not your crypto. I had 0.8 Bitcoin and 12 ETH on Celsius. Besides, I had 200 chain link on there. I had like $5,000 of USDC. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, I can't believe how much crypto has been stolen from me. I want to say that.
Right.
That's what I'm going to say. Bam. Stolen. It's been stolen from me.
I know. I mean, shit. I still have $15,000 locked in Save Finance. BT, if you're watching, unlock my account, buddy.
I haven't heard too much about that. I tell you what, Elephant's really like just shriveled up. I don't think no one talks about it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, right? Elephant Money had a fantastic community with a lot of people that were doing a lot of free work, I guess, if you want to call it that. They were a free team.
Mm-hmm.
And the hubris of said person didn't want to take advice, you know. And that, you know,
of course there was some bad actors too that kind of.
Well, I mean, that's the rumor, right? I mean, there's rumors on both sides of that, though. Right, there was bad actors. We just don't know who the bad actors were. But yeah, I agree with you. But But think
I
about think about the think about the projects that has spun off of Elephant, right? You have Flex, right? Flex is being led by people that were in the elephant community. Our project is directly, related to Elephant. Locked Money, that was 2 people from Elephant.
Look at this. That didn't tell me if you didn't see this coming or not.
Is this book?
This is book.
Yeah.
Look at this crap. Like this is when it got in, and I think BT started talking about it like right here. Maybe maybe it was right here.
BT started talking about it like 88 cents. Some right around there, which means he had already bought.
No. Oh, 80.
Yeah.
Point 88.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been like right here. So this would have been like right here when you start talking. Everyone get in, boom. And then sure enough, everyone's like, don't, it's anytime someone says, loan it out, you can use it as collateral and you never have to sell. It just doesn't work. No matter what kind of sales gimmick they can tell you.
Well,
when you're putting stuff up for collateral, you got a risk.
Well, according to BT, that was pre-sellers that were taking profit, which that's quite possible, right? I mean, if they did a big pre-sell,
it went up 500%.
If they did a big pre-sell, and then it went up 500%. And the people that are like, oh, I'm 10,000x up or whatever it was, 1,000x or 100x or whatever, of course they're going to take profit. You can't blame them for that, But the big thing is, do they have value capture, right? How is the protocol benefit of all the money that ran into the protocol and then out of the protocol? I'm not saying that our protocol is the greatest or whatever. And no, I mean, if all of our holders decided to sell, our price would crash too, right? But we would get value capture, right? The protocol would get 4% of those fees, which adds to locked liquidity, which locked burn liquidity, right?
So the floor is always rising.
Yeah. So, I mean,
that's a Mikey saying.
Yeah. I mean,
floor is always rising.
Well, I mean, that's true. It is. The problem with Mikey and his floor always rising, if there's no value to sell your tokens, then the project's garbage, And I think that he 100% fucked that project. And to this day, I 100% think that he planned all of what he's done for that against that project. In my opinion, not financial advice. Don't take my word for it. Don't sue me, bro. Just some dude on the internet that's whining.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's, I don't know, man. I tell you what, I did have a meeting today, not a meeting per se, but was introduced to another project that's doing a lot of things. I was talking about starting a charity token.
Yeah.
And got busy, and that's kind of been put on the back burner. But this is an actual charity token. It's called VETT, VETT. It's on Binance. And they've already got their 501c. They're doing a lot of good things. So I talked with them for, I don't know, 30 minutes today.
What's the name of their token?
VETT, VETT.
VETT. Okay.
Yeah, that's the ticker. On Binance. So I don't know how long they've been out and everything, but
have you seen their mascot, their logo and mascot?
Yeah, they said it's like he said they just changed it to like they're trying to do it like they're to capitalize on the meme. So it's like a eagle, maybe a cartoonish eagle looking thing.
Okay, then this is it right here. Let me pull it up here.
Ooh.
This says veteran token.
Yeah, veteran token. And so what they do is this is I think it's a 3% tax token. And what they do is they have 1% that's dedicated to it was a 6%, and they lowered it a couple weeks ago, hoping that it would get more play.
Liquidity is nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, I haven't looked into it or anything. What's the liquidity?
5,000.
5,000. Yeah. I mean, looking at their chart, it seems like they started, but then it seems like they might have had some pre-sales or something, because for it to be lower than what they started at, that means that they that means more sold than what was started with. So I don't know. Like I said, I'd talk to them, but sound like a good concept. But I asked them, I said, do you guys have a treasury? How are you getting value? And so it sounds like they were just trying to use taxes. And I'm like, well, I said, your holders aren't going to want to hold if you're only given, 33% of all the fees collected are going back to them. So,
yeah.
But I don't know. Talking to new people, man. So I talked to a new guy too that does a podcast.
A nude guy.
A new guy, not a nude guy.
Oh, my bad. So he does a podcast? What kind of podcast?
It's called the You and Me podcast, I think is what he said. But it sounded like it's just him talking to random people and, just trying to do the podcast thing. It didn't seem like it was a crypto specific podcast. He just started in crypto in November, the You and Me guy. So it doesn't seem like but he's just doing the rounds, meeting new people and stuff like that. His earned dead. Crypto Flyer is earned dead. Here's my philosophy. I have decided to try not to look at it, because every time I looked at it, I got pissed off. So it's in my wallet, and maybe one day it'll be worth something. According to Mikey, it'll still be worth $3 a token. And my theory, I'm like, that's great if it's $3 a token, but if there's only $100 of liquidity, it doesn't matter how much the tokens are.
What do you think? You think he's scamming money from the liquidity pool?
I do not want to.
I mean, I've heard rumors of that. I heard people talking about that. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say he is, because I feel like that could be slander or liable, especially since we're on a public space and we're being recorded. I don't know. Things look fishy. I don't have my crypto forensic evidence. I don't know. I mean, he started the liquidity pool. So does that make the liquidity his, since he's the one that started it? That's the question, right? But in my opinion, if he started the liquidity pool with tokens he created for a project, then the liquidity should be the project's, right?
You would think.
But that doesn't sound like that's what it is. So, I'll leave it at that. Hopefully my lawyer's listening, and they'll let me know if I'm in trouble.
KR says there's lots of liquidity pools moving around between chains.
Yeah, I don't know, man. When your liquidity's unlocked, and then all of a sudden it's not in the same place, and somebody's not willing to, when people ask when holders ask questions of like where the money is, and they're immediately met with anger or saying that they're being accused of something, when it's like, no, dude, we're not accusing you of anything. We're just saying there was $100,000 there. Now there's not. Where did it go? Like, you know.
Yeah,
only
just
one person
asking
had access
questions.
to it, you know. So I mean, he was saying, you know, oh, it's a community token, it's a community token, but you know, when he had control of all of the money and all of the tokens, you know, he's like, here's the thing that kind of chaps my asshole about it is anybody can add liquidity, right? So anybody can add liquidity. So I can go put $20,000 of liquidity, but he has all of the tokens. So if I put $20,000 of ETH liquidity into the liquidity pool, he's just going to dump all of the tokens that he created into the liquidity pool and take my money out. Right? So now I have a bunch of worthless tokens that he created, and he's just draining any person that actually adds liquidity to the liquidity pools, he can just dump tokens into, you know. Now, am I saying that's what he does? I'm not saying that, but knowing that he has all of the tokens that were created, you know, just seems kind of sketch, you know. Allegedly.
It's too funny. I don't know. I got out of it. It was too much shadiness for me, and I was getting angry.
Oh, I know. You're the one that killed the project, according to the other team. It was you. You killing the project. You should have that to your name. You could be AG Crypto, killer of tokens.
Yeah, if my 5 million tokens killed the project, then
you know, I mean, that's the whole thing, right? Like when we went up to 1 million, that first time, and people started selling, right? We knew it was going to happen. But what was cool is we went up to 1 million market cap, then down to 250,000. We captured value on the way up and on the way down, right? That solidified the project. That solidified your idea of it building liquidity as we went, right? It's so funny. Like behind the scenes when we were talking about the token, I remember us arguing about the liquidity, right? And you wanting to have, me and you, right? Because I didn't want to add. I was saying we could just add liquidity anytime, and you're like, no, it should just be automatic. We don't want to have to worry about it in 5 years, right? So it was one of those things that is like, it was a hill I didn't want to die on. So I was just like, fine, fuck it. And then now, what are we? 11 months, 10 months, 10 and a half months later?
Yeah.
I can think, I feel like that was a very pivotal thing that has really, really launched the token, you know. I mean, that's
and starting
right
with
now,
a larger liquidity pool in the very beginning,
yeah.
I think also helped.
Yeah, that helped too. But I mean, like, let me go right now to the thing. So ETH, that's that one. So right now, the contract itself has created 17% of the liquidity that's in our liquidity pool. The contract.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So by you fighting for that, you know, adding that 0.5% or whatever we decided on, that's created 17%. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad I stuck to my guns. Didn't roll over. Aaron says, "Is there a duck race?"
Yeah, let's do a duck race. I'll get it set up.
Oh yeah, there is. Last week, we won, so we get our rolls over.
We did. We got, yeah. It's for 2,000. It's for 2,000. I think we still owe a duck race. Is Dennis watching? Dennis, did we do a duck race for the last raffle? I think we might owe one. I said that last week too. All right, read me the names. I know we had Flyer.
Yeah, Flyer.
KR.
Anti-hero.
Aaron.
Aaron.
I saw Dennis.
Dennis. Crypto Flyer.
I got Flyer.
KR.
Yep.
We'll keep going down the list.
Is K Bowers? Are you watching today? If you're watching and you want to be in the duck race, you need to say hi at least. Come on. Pop in and say hi. Is that all we have? Crypto Flyer, KR, Anti-Hero, Aaron, Dennis, and us?
Yep.
All right.
All on YouTube. No one from Twitter. Right. We got 35 people watching. It's got to be on the Twitter. You guys can message us. Get in.
All right. Oh, I can't do
You're going to put R2R in there?
Yep.
Let it run again?
We're Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. All right, let me go do the intro while you load up your screen. Maybe.
Oh, yeah. I did.
Where's that? Oh, we haven't done this one in a while. Where is that spin going on? Alrighty.
Yeah, so Crypto Flyer says it only shows 7 on YouTube watching. StreamYard says we have 30. Yeah, StreamYard says we have 37 people watching. So apparently we have 30 bots watching us. So, all right.
Maybe.
Anti-Hero seems to like her duck this week. A Crypto Flyer, I like that. Like Aaron is the old man duck. Dennis is the pelican duck. Crypto Flyer down there with his sunshades. Are we ready to roll?
We're Spider-Man? Nice. I like that.
We're Spider-Man. All right. We are the defending champs.
This is for 2,000?
2,000 IRA. Ready?
Yep.
Go. Aaron with her stogie.
We took the lead last time and then dropped all the way back last and then came back and won. So
yeah, that was a good race last week.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm still feeling good about us. I'm still feeling good about us.
Flyer at the top. Flyer at the top.
Come on,
Dennis trying to come back. Oh, Flyer at the top's gonna take it.
Flyer. He bought the dip. He just got 200.
Yeah, the Princess Bride get up today. Crypto Flyer with his little mask.
Nice.
Here's where you finished. KR came in second, and Aaron third. Congratulations, Crypto Flyer. DM me which account you want me to send it to, and I'll try to get that out to you.
Do we have to do one more?
I have to pull the name. Yeah, I have to pull the name.
We'll do it next week.
I'll get ready for next week. So if you are in the raffle, let's try to get the raffle triggered, and we'll do 2 races next week. So let's try to do that this week. We'll try to push the raffle some more.
Nice.
This week, I know somebody bought 6 tickets a couple days ago. But
yeah, I haven't bought one in a while.
You gonna play poker?
No, I gotta call my mom after the show. So check in on her.
Let's see. So Dennis is out. We would have like 4. I think we'll just skip it. Let me go to the yeah. I think we will skip. We need to get a big game going. Offer some good prizes or something. Anyway, there's my kid popping in. Aren't you supposed to be in bed? What time is it?
8:30 your time.
Oh yeah, 8:30 my time. I guess he's not supposed to be in bed. It's summertime. We did get up at
In
we
the
left. The whole family left the house at 5:30 this morning. We were at the beach at 5:45.
Nice.
This morning. Yeah.
My family is gone. My wife and the boys went to Alabama to go see her family.
Nice.
And there's a lot of stuff at work going on, so I couldn't take off.
Yeah.
Sucks. But, it is what it is. So,
that's the good thing about, because your wife's a teacher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good the cruise was good. We actually went on 2 different cruises. So we did a 7-day cruise, then we came back, we had 1 day in Miami, and then we did a 5-day cruise. So we went on the first cruise with a group of friends, got back, and then we got on the boat with a different group of friends. So that was pretty good. So anybody actual Carnival cruisers, Carnival just announced they're like crushing the loyalty program. And so everybody that's been, so I don't think they can possibly, what they've decided to change it to is so ridiculous. Whoever the executive was that came up with the changes. So how Carnival loyalty works right now is you have different levels. So if you go on your first cruise, you're a blue card, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all the levels have different color cards, and that's so the employees know,
how to treat you.
How to treat you, right? So if you're a blue card, you get special treatment because they're trying to butter you up so you'll come back. Mm-hmm. Your second cruise, you're a red card, and then you're a red card until you get 25 cruising days. Once you hit 25 cruising days, you get a gold card. And then
I think I'm a red card.
So you're red from second cruise to 25 days. It depends on if you take big cruises, it would take you 3 or 4 cruises. You could be the next level.
Sure.
All right. So the 2 highest levels, one is platinum and one is diamond. So platinum, you have to have 75 days of cruising, right? Diamond is 200 days of cruising. But anyway, so what they're doing is, as you start cruising, you're like, oh, well, I want to, because you get different perks at different levels. Like on our 7-day cruise, we got a shit ton of, like, all of our laundry was free. Then you get different things. You get pens and you get drinks here and there. You get different things.
Yeah.
Well, since COVID, they've kind of like been chopping away what you got, like the little loyalty rewards. Like before COVID, they used to do slot tournaments, and if you were a platinum, you got a free entry into the slot tournament, which was like a $25 value or something like that. It's nothing big, but it was a freebie, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So they've decided that if you spend X amount of money within 2 years, you're now with a platinum, right? Well, they've taken away the people that, like, right now we're platinum cruisers. So we get priority when we get on the boat. If we get to a port that you have to take a tender port where you have to take boats to the shore, we have priority. So we get off the boat first and get on shore first and blah, blah, blah. We have a special line at customer service, all kinds of stuff. Well, they're taking that away. So now you have to cruise there. You have to spend X amount of money every 2 years to get that perk.
Every 2 years.
Every 2 years. And it's like a lot. It's like $15,000 or $20,000 to get that level. No, we didn't see a Tyler concert on our cruise. Who's Tyler?
Is he a country singer?
I have no idea. I don't know who Tyler is. I didn't see a concert anyway. We were on Carnival. If that makes you need to set me up sometime. Never went on. Listen, I really do like cruising flyer, because once you get on the boat, you really don't have to spend any money. The food is always pretty good. Like I don't complain. Like you can get pizza. The pizza is fantastic in my opinion. they have a hamburger joint. They have a Mexican joint. They have the dining room. So all of these are free. Obviously, if you drink alcohol or you go to the casino, that's not free. But you can get like a drink package that gives you 15 drinks a day. So,
which is, to me, that's a lot. So
it is. I mean, you know, especially on like port days where you're at port for half the day and you come back and you're trying to drink 15 drinks and stuff like that. It's the guy that did the key. Oh, geez. Okay, I'll look it up. But yeah, we were talking about doing an R2R DeFi IRA cruise. I think it would be cool to do like a little 4-day out of somewhere. I don't know where it'd be best out of, but I think it'd be fun. We should do it. We should still set that up. Maybe not Carnival anymore because they're screwing their customers. So, well, it's so funny. Like the memes have been bananas since they've announced this. The last one that I saw was it said Southwest is charging for bags now, and so it was Carnival, and Carnival's the whale tail that's their logo, right?
Yeah.
So it was like a little cartoon whale tail that said it says Southwest, their logo, and it said we now charge for airfare, or we now charge for baggage, and it was the whale tail. It said, "Here, hold my beer." Yeah, I mean, we're gonna do that. Anti-hero. Everybody's invited. We're planning Grand Cayman the last week of July, first week of August. So my birthday is August 1st. So 2026. So next year, August next year, we will have a board meeting, so that way we can write it off. So.
All right. You guys have any questions before we close down this stream?
Questions, comments, concerns? Flyer, don't forget to message me which address you want me, and I'll try to get that to you tonight. Looking forward to Hypopalooza. That's going to be starting should be starting pretty soon here, the 27th, 28th.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for Project X.
Everything you wanted to know about Project X.
Yeah.
Let me go see if I can trademark that. I'll look into it.
All right, guys. You have a good night. Happy Monday. Peace.